Genius.
Well, we've hit 25 years since the Montreal Screwjob. What do you guys remember about that time period?
we lucked out.
Walked right by.
Every pivotal one. I was there when Owen died. We were at Montreal. We won the tag team titles during the curtain call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the night of the screw job? Were you guys, what do you guys recall the actual night? You got any stories?
You were gone, weren't you?
No, I was there.
You guys were there. Yeah. Both of you were there.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll tell you this. Vince did what he had to do. He couldn't take the chance of Bret leaving with the belt and have another, Medusa thing.
Yeah.
So it's wrestling. I mean, I love Bret Hart. He's one of my favorite people. But there's certain people, Animal, blah, blah, blah. This ain't real. Calm down. If this was real...
Did you hear this rumor going on that there was something that Bret didn't want to drop the title? Were you guys listening to this?
No,
you guys knew nothing about it?
At that point, we were showing up, buying fucking bags of stuff from the ring guys. And at that point, we're talking, 97 or something. Dude, 90% of us were just like... We were 285 days on the road. We were just zombies, And that was way above our pay grade, so... We, had nothing to do. Vince did the right thing. Why? Oh, he screwed Bret. Yes, maybe, but by doing that, he became evil Mr. McMahon with Stone Cold, arguably the greatest time period in wrestling, So...
Do you think that was in his mind, that what the foreshadowing of what he planned to do with his own character that
I don't
factored
think,
in?
No.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would say that at that point, they might have... It was just Bruce, Cornette, depending on the time, Russo, blah, blah, like 5 guys. So it was, let's do Raw, let's do SmackDown, then we'll meet and we'll work on next Raw, next SmackDown. Of course, we'll have long story plans for Steve and Taker and blah, 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 but let's just do, you know what I mean? And now we go there's 900 freaking writers and producers and shit, Yeah. We didn't even have a trainer for most of the time in the WWE in the 90s. I think towards the end, we got a guy who would come and tape your ankles and shit, and Francois, the massage guy. But you go there now, it's like a friggin' little ER.
It's a wellness center.
So we have NXT Training Center run by Shawn Michaels, and you guys had Francois, the massage guy.
Yep.
Exactly. I think the business has changed a little bit.
Our performance center was fucking Chicago, and then Moline, and then blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, house shows, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Learn on the fly. Good luck.
Yes,
Interesting.
because nowadays they have every single thing planned out.
Right.
Which is horrible, because if something goes wrong, they're lost. They don't know how to improvise.
Right.
They're fantastic at what they do, but they have to have somebody writing. I mean, like, look at the old promos without writers, Look at Dusty. Granted, some of them were horrible.
Right.
But, Dusty, Macho, you knew your character better than somebody else.
Well, at least they felt real instead of scripted. Because the viewer's not fooled by a scripted promo.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
My name is la 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 la, and I'm gonna beat you.
You can tell. You can tell when someone's trying to remember something instead of just going off
the eyes.
Right.
You can tell when they're trying to remember.
Right. You mentioned Road Dogg a couple of times. Road Dogg had mentioned that he never understood what the big deal was with Bret Hart. Road Dogg
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said he was a great worker. He said he worked better than me, Road Dogg. He's like, but I don't think he was a great wrestler. He goes, I thought I was a good wrestler. And
he on his podcast, he said he thought he was actually a better sports entertainer than Bret Hart. And that's
100%. 100%. Better sports entertainer.
So what is the big deal about Bret Hart? Because I was never a huge fan of Bret Hart myself. I see the greatness, I understand it, but I never gravitated to it.
Other than him, Road Dogg is my best friend. We lived together. We did everything. Brian is not afraid to rock the boat. Bret was a fantastic. Bret would have been a Bruno Sammartino if he maybe would have been about 15 years earlier.
Makes sense.
Bret is one of the best in-ring wrestlers of all time. No charisma. Perfect example. Look at Lance Storm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at fantastic guys. Chris Benoit.
Right. Right.
Fantastic wrestler.
Right.
Not a whole lot of. That's why you give them a manager or something. Undertaker.
Bobby
he doesn't
Eaton.
talk. Give him a
Bobby,
call.
a little bit of Bobby.
Bobby freaking Eaton, my idol.
I
man.
thought Hart's mic skills really improved towards the end, though. When he was that Canada heel anti-American guy, I thought he really started to improve.
Sure.
Look, Road Dogg was highly entertaining,
Yeah.
but as far as ring work, and I don't think it's even close.
No.
Right?
The
Yeah,
perfect
no.
example. I told him recently. We were talking about the Armstrong family, and I was like, "Yeah, you're second to last." You know what I mean?
Wow.
It goes Brad, Scott, Bullet, Brian, Steve.
Now, did you know Brad at all?
I've wrestled everyone in that
yeah.
So
family.
can I ask you a question? That's one of the big secrets too. We, growing up, right?
Yes.
Brad Armstrong.
Yes.
You know the
Brad
deal.
Armstrong is.
He passed away of a heart condition too. But what was this a drug-induced problem too?
I don't, maybe not at that time, but a lot of the guys, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to sometimes, especially with working, I can wait till after work to do it. And I didn't really take any steroids because I found out you had to work out if you took them, and I wasn't doing that shit. So I think all the years of stuff, Davey Boy, or all those guys who didn't die of an actual drug overdose, damaged their heart, damaged their insides beyond repair to where it was just like one day.
So it's a combination, not like you do steroids, fine. You
Yeah.
do some drugs, fine. But if you're doing both,
Makes
Yeah.
everything. It's like
There was a
anything.
lot of that. I mean, it was a
Little
combination of
rainbows, too.
both, yeah. And on top of drinking.
yeah.
And on top of drinking, and on top of smashing your body. And I mean, back then, dude, when we got to WWE, the fucking rings, because they had to hold Andre and Yoko and that. It was like taking a bump off. They changed them.
We were used to that spongy WCW ring.
Okay.
Come
That
up
shit
there, it
was
was like
hard. It
getting
sounded
slammed on that damn floor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me about you guys starting the USWA and like what was it like there? And one question I have for you too is I don't know. Couple things I want to cover, Jimmy.
Yeah.
500 level has now improved on the M&P code. Now go to MP30 for 30% off. Jimmy, I got to tell you something, right? I was at the beach again, 500 level. If you guys haven't looked at the shirts, right, go to the website. It's incredible. And I got to be honest, right? So it was a little chilly today. I brought the dogs to the beach. I was off work for the
was
Jewish
cold
holidays,
today.
right?
It's cold.
It wasn't cold,
Yeah.
but
Well-
I have from 500 level, I have a Roman Reigns sweatshirt. Now, usually sweatshirts are not always the nicest fabric, unless I'm into really nice fabric because I just don't like things up against my skin. So
Yeah.
usually I'll get thinner type of shirts, but this is a heavy sweatshirt. The fabric, unbelievable. And you're going to get a deal at 30% off, Jimmy. I mean, my God, it's a no-brainer, guys. I am telling you, once you get one shirt from them, you'll get 50. I
They're so
guarantee it.
comfortable.
And
They're
they've got
so
all the
comfortable.
sports. Yeah, dude, tell me what you think of it, Jimmy.
They're so comfortable. I got to get a long sleeve now. I'm telling you, I got to, because it was chilly today, especially for a guy who's been in Panama City Beach the last 2 years. It was chilly today, and I love the material. It's so silky. Is that the right word for it? I don't know.
No, absolutely, absolutely, dude.
It's so comfortable. So yeah, I got to get myself some leveled long sleeves. That's for sure. 30%.
And again,
off,
it
no-brainer.
doesn't. They got plenty of wrestling stuff. They got baseball stuff. They've got football. They got everything, dude. MMA. They got it all, man. And I'm telling you, it's very high quality. Again, 500 level code MP30, 30% off. So if a T-shirt costs you $20,
That's
what's
huge.
30% off on $20, dude?
It's enough. 10 plus another 20% tacked on top. Not much. It's a steal. It's a steal.
I agree. I want to remind everybody too, the Monte and the Pharaoh show, hit the QR code, be willing to check out our shows on YouTube, where we got almost 24,000 subscribers. Go to our Facebook page where we're approaching 27,000 subscribers. And again, if you feel like donating to the show, please go to the Monte and the Pharaoh webpage, hit donate. Helps us bring in more guests. Trying to entertain Jim. We've got the big event coming up, so a lot of good stuff happening right now.